The Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe has confirmed the attack on the centre of the eastern Ukrainian city of Lugansk was carried out from the air. 8 civilians were killed and 28 injured after an army airstrike on the local administration building there, according to local self-proclaimed authorities. Plenty of amateur video is circulated online. Let's take a look at what we've got so far. What you're seeing there is allegedly the moment an army airstrike hit the centre of the eastern Ukrainian city of Lugansk. These images are from a security camera, meantime, on top of the nearby building, showing the blast ripping through the park as those bombs landed. Kiev denies it was striking the city centre, but as we've seen, some videos which have emerged online seem to show a military plane in the skies above the city launching that attack. Now, this video was filmed after the alleged assault. There's now fire in the local administration building we were talking about there on the 4th floor. That was reportedly the worst hit. And this footage coming up now shows craters in the nearby park, apparently from shells fired again from the air. And these pictures from RT's Rutley video agency of horrific scenes in the aftermath of the attack. It's clear to see bodies and people who are badly injured. Ambulance crews battling there to try to treat the survivors. RT's Paula Sleer is following the escalating violence in the region for us.
The Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe has recognized that the attack on the local administration building in Lugansk on Monday was perpetrated from the air. Now, Kiev authorities deny that they were targeting the city center, which is in fact where this local administration building is situated. And they have gone as far as to say that the blast was caused by anti-government fighters. Now, fighting across eastern Ukraine is intensifying. This as Kiev steps up its military operation in the area. According to local media, more than 50 anti-government fighters have been killed in the Lugansk and Donetsk regions. Now, the hotspots where the fighting is happening are in the towns of Slavyansk and also in Krasny Liman. Now, we're hearing that there a local hospital has been shelled and that at least one doctor has been injured. The reports we are receiving suggest that the Ukrainian army entered the town amid heavy artillery fire. Now, we are receiving reports that there are fears of civilian casualties. As for Slavyansk, the fighting at the moment is predominantly on the perimeter of the town and also in small villages around Slavyansk. And here we're hearing reports that missile attacks have been taking place, artillery fire and air raids, and that these are happening from helicopters as well as fighter jets. As the fighting intensifies on the ground, so does the humanitarian crisis grow. And we caught up with the most vulnerable of vulnerable, children in an orphanage in the city of Donetsk.
These are the faces of Ukraine's most vulnerable, children abandoned by their parents and suffering from HIV/AIDS. While they're too young to understand they're sick, they're not too young to not feel fear.
The problem is that a jet flew over, dropped bombs, and now all the children, when they go out, they look at the sky asking who will come. Will they shoot or not?
Dozens of people were killed not far from here in some of the fiercest fighting so far in this conflict.
We're driving quite close to the airport, which a few days ago saw the single worst day of fatalities since this conflict began. We're taking all the back roads so as to avoid the checkpoints that have been set up in the area.
As the children grapple to understand what's happening, volunteers from around Donetsk are braving the dangerous roads to bring them much-needed supplies. It also shows the children they haven't been forgotten, nor will they be left behind.
Donetsk, Slavyansk and Kramatorsk are finding themselves cut off, so we need to go to them. Because of the political situation in the country, the products that are the first to disappear from the shelves are dry milk, sweets and first-aid medicine.
But here it's more than first-aid medicine that's needed to help the children. This orphanage is the only one in Ukraine for children with HIV/AIDS. It's been around for 12 years. 64 children call it home, all of them under the age of 4. And the staff now fear that life-saving drugs could run completely dry.
We're in shock. We have an honor to look after the children. I saw a lot of things in my life, but the fear that these children are experiencing is very sad.
As the humanitarian situation deteriorates by the hour, the supplies, pitiful as they are, bring a grateful and spontaneous smile. Paula Sleer, RT, Donetsk, eastern Ukraine.